Hello dear students, this is Mr. Hitesh Patel, Assistant Professor LJ Institute of Engineering and Technology. In this video series, we will discuss a subject basic mechanical engineering. Today in this video session, we will discuss a topic transmission of motion and power. Okay, so let's start the topic. So first of all, power transmission elements. So for mechanical engineering, we need to transfer the power from one shaft to another shaft, and for that we required some basic elements. So which are the basic elements we required? So that are the shafts, axles and many more devices like that. So let's start power transmission elements. Okay, so first of all, for transmitting the power we require drive. And what is drive? So drive is an intermediate mechanism which transmits the power or motion from the prime mover to the machine and from one machine to another machine. Okay, so drive is an intermediate mechanism which transmit the power from one shaft to another shaft. There are mainly two types of drive. The one is individual drive and second is group drive. In individual drive, the motor is directly coupled to the pump or the machine where we need to transfer the power with the help of chain and gears. Okay, so this type of drive is used where few machines are operating. And in group drive what happens? So the motor is directly coupled to the main shaft. After then, with the help of pulleys and chains and belts, we are transferring the power to the more work machines or the more mechanical elements, and the mechanical work is done with the help of that drive. So if the one motor is fail, at that time the entire group of the mechanism or entire machines will fail to operate in the group drive. Okay, so let's start from the first. The main elements which are common of all types of the drive may be: the first one is driving and driven shaft, and seconds are connectors like belt, chains, gear, ropes and pulleys. Okay, and the supporting element are required for the transmission of the power like axle, bearing and brackets. Holding elements like coupling, pin, key, bolt and nuts are required. So shaft, spindle and axle. So first of all, what is shaft? So shaft is the machine member which support the revolving parts of the machine, such as pulley, gears and flywheels. Okay. The shafts are usually in cylindrical shape, but in many industries, the square shape, cross shape in section and many more shapes are used for transmission of the power. There are basic two types of the shaft. The first one is transmission shaft and the second one is machine shaft. Okay, the transmission shaft is used for transmitting the power from driving shaft to the driven shaft, and in machine shaft it is the integral parts of the machine. For example, in IC engine, connecting rod. So connecting rod is a type of the machine shaft which is the part of the machine. Okay, next is axle. So axle is used for supporting the rotating body such as drum or car wheel, and it is used for transmission of the bending moment only. Next one is spindle. So spindle is a short shaft that provides motion either to cutting tool or to the workpiece. Now we will discuss the belt drives. Okay, so belt drive is used for transmission of the power from one shaft to another shaft, and it consists of two pulleys and endless belt is fitted over that pulley. Okay, when the driving shaft is rotated or when the driving shaft is rotated, at that time with the help of belt they are connected with each other and driven shaft is also rotated. The portion of the belt which is having less tension, that is called slack side, and the portion of the belt which has higher tension, that is called tight side. Okay. So here here in this figure you can see that there is one belt drive, one is driving shaft and another is driven shaft. When the power is transferred to the driving shaft with the help of endless belt, that power will transfer to the driven shaft and there is transmission of the power takes place. Now which are the types of belt drive? So next is belt drive. So there are mainly 7 types of belt drive. So the first one is open belt drive. We will discuss each and every types of the belt drive in detail. So first is open belt drive. So in open belt drive, that types of belt drive is used to transfer the power between two parallel shaft, the shaft which are parallel with each other and they are rotating in the same direction. Okay, the two shafts which are parallel to each other and they both are rotating in the same direction. At that time, if we need to transfer the power, then open belt drive is used. In open belt drive, you can see that the red one is the driving pulley and the blue one is the driven pulley. When the driver pulley is rotated, at that time the driven pulley is rotated because the endless belt is fitted over these pulleys. Okay, so they both are rotated in the same direction. Next is cross belt drive. So the structure or the arrangement of the cross belt drive is the same as open belt drive, but only difference is that when we need to transfer the power in opposite direction or when we need to rotate driving pulley and driven pulley in opposite direction, at that time this cross belt drive is used. In cross belt drive you can see that there is a driver pulley or driving pulley, the blue one is the driven pulley and the belt is fitted cross like this arrangement. Okay, so when the driving pulley is rotated, due to that driven pulley is also rotated but in opposite direction. So cross belt drive is used to transfer the power between two parallel shaft but rotating in opposite direction. Okay. Next is quarter ton belt drive. Okay. So it is used to transfer the power between two shafts which are at right angle and rotated in one direction. Okay. When we need to transfer the power in two shafts which are at right degree or at right angle, at that time we need quarter ton belt drive. Okay. So here you can see that there is a driving pulley and there is a driven pulley. Driving pulley is rotated in this direction and driven pulley is rotated in this direction. When we need to transfer the power from this direction to this direction, at that time we need quarter ton belt drive. Okay, and one guide pulley is also fitted there to guide the belt. Okay. Next is belt drive with idler pulley. Okay, so here in this type of belt drive, the idler pulley is used to increase the angle of contact of the belt so that there is a tension is increased or we can decrease the tension of the belt and we can provide high velocity ratio. So here in this figure you can see that the arrangement of the belt drive with idler pulley is the same as the open belt drive, but one idler pulley is fitted at the bottom side of the belt. That idler pulley may be or that idler pulley is used for transmission of the power, and that idler pulley, with the help of that pulley we can produce more tension inside the belt, so we can make high contact ratio of the belt drive and there is less chances of the slipping of the belt. So next is fast and loose pulley drive. So this type of drive is used when the driven shaft or the machine shaft is to be start or stop whenever a desired without stopping the driving shaft. Here in this figure you can see that this is the driving pulley and this is the loose pulley and fast pulley drive. Okay, so whenever we want to stop the machine, at that time we, with the help of some arrangement, we are transferring that belt from the fast pulley to loose pulley, and we can stop the motion of the driven shaft. Okay, and whenever we need to again start the machine without interrupting in the operation of driving pulley, with the help of just a small arrangement, we can transfer that belt over the fast pulley, and there is transmission of the power takes place to the driven shaft. Now next is step or cone pulley drive. So step or cone pulley drive is used where different speeds are required at the driven shaft while the driving shaft run at constant speed. Here in this figure you can see that this is the driving shaft and this is the driven shaft. So in driven shaft, different arrangement of the cone shaped pulleys are there. Whenever we need to increase the speed, at that time we are transferring the belt from the medium size pulley to the small size pulley, and there is a high RPM we get at the driven shaft. Next is compound belt drive. So compound belt drive is used where large speed ratio is required and large center to center distance is there between the driving shaft and driven shaft. Here you can see that one is driving shaft and here is driven shaft. Driving shaft is connected to the driven shaft. At the driven shaft, from the center of that shaft, another driving shaft is connected, and there is a driven shaft is there, and both these arrangement are fitted with the end lace belt. When the driving shaft is transferring power to the driven shaft, that driven shaft is rotated, and on that driven shaft another driver is fitted or another pulley is fitted, and with the help of that pulley we can transfer the power. So which types of belts are used for the transmission of the power? So there are basically four types of belts are used. The first one is flat belt. So the flat belt is made with the rectangular cross section having standard width and thickness. It is used for the drive where a large center distance between the shafts. Okay. Next is circular belt. So the rope belt is made with the circular cross section. It is mostly used in the factory and workshop where a greater amount of power required to transmit. Next is V-belt drive. So V-belt drive, here the V-belt drive is made of trapezoidal cross section and it is run in V-shape grooves made over the pulleys. On the pulleys, a V-shaped grooves are provided and between that grooves the belt is fitted. Next is timing belt. So it is the modification of the flat belt. Okay, modular teeth are generated over the belt side, and when that teeth are comes in contact with the pulley, at that time there is no slip takes place between the pulley and the belt. So they are made from the high quality reinforced rubber and high tensile fabric cords. Okay, so this is all about the timing belt. Now next is velocity ratio of the belt drive. Okay, so what is velocity ratio? So it is the ratio of speed of the driving pulley to the speed of the driven pulley. Now velocity ratio is equal to N1 by N2. So if we are assuming that there are no relative slip between the pulley and the belt, then we can write down the equation as pi d1 N1 is equal to pi d2 N2. But we know that pi and pi will be cancelled, so the equation will be d1 N1 is equal to d2 N2, and by solving this equation we can get N1 by N2 is equal to d2 by d1. So we can write down the equation velocity ratio is equal to N1 by N2 is equal to d2 by d1. Okay. If we consider the thickness of the belt, then the velocity ratio is equal to N1 by N2 is equal to d2 plus thickness of the belt T divided by d1 plus thickness of the belt T. Next is slip in belt drive. So here you can see that if there is a difference between the tension T1 and T2 on the tight side as well as slack side of the belt. So due to the greater force of friction, the belt begins to slide over the surface of the pulley, and the sliding of the belt which causes the relative motion between the pulley and the belt, and this relative motion between the pulley and the belt is called slip. Okay. So considering the effect of the slip, the velocity ratio of the belt drive is given by N1 by N2 is equal to D2 by D1 multiplied by 100 divided by 100 minus S. Okay. Now next is creep in the belt drive. So we know that when the driving pulley and driven pulley is rotated at very high RPM, at that time the alternate extension and contraction of the belt lead to increase in length of the belt and resulting in relative motion between the belt and the pulley surface takes place. This relative motion is known as creep, and the creep of the in the belt lead to the loss of the power and reduction of the velocity ratio. So this is all about the lecture number 1. In this session we have discussed the different power transmission elements and the belt drive. If you have any queries, then you can write down your comment in the comment section. Thank you for watching my video.